I'm trying to get my, hi, how's everybody doing? Hello, YouTube. Hello, Facebook. I'm doing both at the same time if you haven't figured that out. So, welcome everybody to my Saturday night extravaganza. We're doing something a little different tonight. I am doing a little collab with a company called Vertical Jigs and Lures. It's kind of interesting how I met Matt, who is the painter and creator behind Vertical Jigs and Lures. He's a fellow lure painter in Washington State. He does walleye stuff primarily, a lot of phantom repaints and whatnot, original phantom and bandits and whatnot. So he also has a custom vertical blade that he created, and it looks like this. So these are great for jigging, and they stay upright, and you can just kind of jig them on the bottom, and they won't get stuck. So that's the idea behind them. And so these are pretty sweet. They're something that nobody else has. So check him out, Vertical Jigs and Lures, on Facebook and Instagram. And so we're going to get to painting some, and we're going to do a little giveaway. So make sure that you comment on the live feed on Facebook only to be entered in the giveaway. The reason why I'm doing it only on Facebook is because I use a comment picker software to select a winner, and it just basically picks from the comments on Facebook. So make sure you enter a comment at some point, and you do have to be present to win. I'm just going to randomly do the giveaway at some point during tonight, and the giveaway will be for 3 custom painted vertical minnows by me. All right, so you won't be able to order these on my website. As far as I know, as of now, I'm not selling them on my website. He'll sell them on his website. We do custom blades, and they are fantastic, and they catch tons of fish. So if you're looking for normal blades, check out my website. I have some great ones in stock right now for ice fishing or regular fishing. But this is just a little something different that Matt does. So be sure to check him out too. I do some walleye stuff, but most of my stuff I do is bass stuff. So yeah, that's about all I know. So how's everybody doing? Are you having a good day? Are you having a good weekend? Kids had some basketball games this morning, so I did 2 basketball games this morning, and little trampoline park in between. And they're pretty cute playing basketball. A little dog walking, and then some paint, mostly eyeballs, because I had to put eyeballs on all of my cranks that are about to get clear coated. So we're going to have some new colors in stock here shortly in the next day or 2. All right. I am here. Hello, everyone. Making sure there's no questions as of yet. All right. Still stuck in your room? Oh, Richard. We have Chris's dad has COVID too right now. I cannot, for some reason, once again, comment on this stupid thing. All right. I'll keep fiddling with this until I can figure out how to put. I'm trying to figure out, excuse me, how to comment again. Comment. Well, let me comment. Okay, so in the description on the Facebook Live, there should be a link to my website, and the discount code is active. So live 15 for 15% off through Sunday. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. We are going to do some. I'm going to do some of these with a candy paint on the blade, so that you get some shine, if you will. And then I'll do some of them solid. So I'm going to prime the heads on these with that I'm going to do with a candy blade. And then I will prime some of the others just solid. And then I'm probably going to, I don't know, I might try one more thing. So anyway, All right, so I'll point my camera down a little bit here. You're not going to see me very well, but you'll be able to see what I'm doing better. Okay, I know it's kind of far away. You can't see much anyways, but I'll kind of explain what I'm doing as I go. Okay, so, all right. Frigid Northern Indiana. Impossible to watch on Facebook. What's wrong with Facebook? Is everybody else able to watch on Facebook? Where's my connection garbage again this week? Unfortunately, you guys, if you're having trouble watching, it's either your connection or mine. I don't know which. There's nothing I can do about it. I mean, I'm sadly, if my connection sucks, it is what it is. We have only one option for internet, so I can't fix that problem, unfortunately. So don't get mad at me. I'm doing the best I can. So I'm putting Stynal Res Primer on here, and that will help with adhesion. I also use Bold Adhesion Promoter when I'm painting metal. So jigs, blades, I'll get a coat of Bulldog before I do anything. That helps the paint stick because it chips off pretty easy, and so anything that you can put on there to help it stick is a good idea. So I'm just going to do those two like that. Now the trick here on these is going to be, you're going to have to do like the top and then the bottom separate because there's nothing to clip onto without covering up. You have to paint the whole thing. There's no eyelets that aren't part of the lure itself. So we're just going to have to lay it down to paint it. I don't really have a favorite airbrush for detail work. I use the same. I use Badgers and I have an Iwata HPCS and I use them interchangeably. And I don't use a fine detail brush. The Patriot Arty is a fine detail brush. If you feel like you really need a 0.2, get a Sotar 2020, but they're really hard to keep clean. I really don't recommend it for beginners because it's hard to keep a Sotar clean. And I don't feel any need to, I don't find it necessary to have a 0.2 nozzle. I can do a pencil fine line with a 0.5, but if you feel like you really need it, you could get a Sotar 2020. So that's just totally personal preference. I know some people that only use Sotar 2020s, though that's a Badger airbrush. But I had one and I sold it. I didn't like it. So I did buy, what is it called again? I forgot what it's called. A chrome. I bought a Badger chrome during one of Badger's sales, and I don't ever use it. It's a 0.2, and I never use it. I don't know. I like to have the variability of flow, and if you have good trigger control, you don't really need anything less than a 0.3 or 0.5. Not for lures. And Ken from Badger told me that when I first started painting. He even said you really don't need a Sotar. You don't need a 0.2 for lure painting. It's more for like people who are doing ultra realistic like fur or hair or drawing like super tiny fine lines that are such intricate detail. Nothing that I do in lure painting requires that kind of detail. So I mean, it's up to you. I'm just saying, like, basically, you really don't need a variety of different types of brushes for fine detail. Just a Patriot or an Iwata Eclipse. Either one of those is good. And I don't really care if I paint with both of them all the time, so I don't really have a preference. I feel like the Eclipse will blow anything through it though. Like you can blow I don't know why, but it seems to, I don't even know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but it's kind of, it just sprays different. And I don't really have a good way to describe what I'm trying to say here. I like the exposed, I like the exposed needles on the Patriot. The needle sticks out. Some people hate that because they drop their brush all the time. I'm a klutz, but like my phone's always broken. My phone screen's always broken. But my brushes, I don't drop my brushes. I don't know why. I can manage to drop one thing and not the other, but I like the exposed needle because it's easier to clean it. You don't have to pull a cap off or anything. And the Iwata has a cap on it. I think you can take part of it off, but it's not fully exposed. Have I ever sprayed Createx Chrome or what is it now? No. I would think it would be a waste of money, Todd. There is no such thing as a paint that's chrome that actually looks chrome. The closest thing is Molotow Ink, and it was made originally for model cars, and it comes. You can use a pen, or you can buy the pen refill, which is just like a liquid paint, and you can spray that through your airbrush. It's really expensive, and it's the closest thing you can get to chrome without having your lure chrome plated. And it's honestly, once you clear coat it doesn't look. It really isn't as good as chrome. It's the closest you'll get though. I wouldn't bother with chrome paint. I don't think it looks like chrome. I mean, it'll be a pretty silver, but don't expect it to be like a mirror chrome. There's no such thing as paint that looks like chrome. All right, so that is just my primer on that, and then I'm going to clean my brush out. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, sometimes when you're having problems watching my show, it's because of your connection. And I'm not trying to be mean, but it always happens. Like a couple people are having problems and everybody else's is fine. So I'm not saying it's never my connection because it is definitely sometimes, but don't assume it's me. I was just listening to a podcaster who got a bad review. It was like a 4 out of 5 review. And, podcasts are competitive. You have to have really good reviews. Otherwise, your podcast doesn't show up on, Apple Podcasts like top suggested podcasts or whatever. I listen to podcasts all the time while I'm painting. And one of the reasons they didn't give her a 5-star review is because it kept cutting in and out. And so they did all this research, and it turned out that it was the internet connection of the person who's watching, and there was nothing wrong on their end. And it sucks, because you're still stuck with that like review or that perception that like it's not good or whatever. So I can only control some things. I can't wait till they have Starlink available to more people, because I think that would be sweet. So I don't think we're going to have fiber optic cable out where I live anytime soon. They're getting it like further north of us, but I don't think that'll come down here. All right. All right. Did I miss any questions? We're going to go on to some primer here. I have not used these blades, but I have heard great things about them. Oh, Dwayne, you have won a giveaway. Stop. Let's see here. Any other questions, guys? Yeah, Joby, you were thinking just like me. Yeah, you have to kind of just like do one side at a time. 6-0 treble hook and finger all the way through. Oh, Nikes. That's no good. Thank you for the stars, Matt. How long have I been doing this? I think, oh my gosh, I don't want to say this wrong. I think I'm coming up on, hang on a second. Let me think about that. I think I'm coming up on 4 years in April, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe I'm a year off. I started when I was still living in Colorado Springs, and I've been here for almost 3 years. So it has to be like 4 years in April, I think, is about when. I think I started around April time frame. Seems like, wow, it went fast. Like, it doesn't seem like it's been that long, but it has. I started in my basement, but it was really not a good situation because I didn't really have any ventilation. And luckily, we moved not long after that into a house that has a bigger garage. So I was able to turn one bay of our garage into a shop. And so now I have all the right ventilation and a lot more space. So, yep, I think you're right, Arthur. Hi, Christian. You finally figured out how to store KBS. I've never used dip KBS before. I used the spray. I started using the spray, the two-part automotive clear, and I'm really digging it. It's really durable and it's nice. It doesn't create that problem where all the eyelets are clogged up after you get done clear coating. And so far so good. So I still have Illumi UV, but I've been kind of using more automotive clear lately, and I've never used the dip KBS, but I hear that it's really durable. I just I know me, and I would end up having like 5 jars of it here while it's sitting in here, and I would be like so mad. I would give up on it because you have to store it. So all I'm doing is just kind of hanging it on a. I use these for Illumi UV. This is how I hung up my beads when I was clear coating with Illumi UV. Is these little paper clips, and so I'm just using them to hang these up because I don't have any actual eyelets to hang these up with. So I'm gonna hang these over here, and then we're gonna start with the clear blades. Where is my other one? I had okay. So we'll just hang these on up. I just use pegboard hooks to hang everything on. If you haven't seen it, to clean paint out, this is water, and then this is isopropyl alcohol. So if it dries on the inside of my brush, I'll kind of swirl a little alcohol around the inside of it, and then flush it through. I don't use acetone. It's not good for your airbrush. Some people do. I don't. I've been told not to. That it's bad. All right. Thank you guys so much. Hi, Mike. Okay. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. Hi, guys. All right. So let's do, I did this color one other time before. And so I'm going to do it again. This is, I called it Chartreuse Dot. So it's, hang on a second, I'm tangled. So these only have Bulldog adhesion promoter on them. They don't have any primer. So I'm going to, wait a minute. I didn't do these. Hang on. I missed a step. I forgot about these. I'm sorry. I'm just going to like kind of do a bunch of colors until it gets to be late, like too late, and then I'm going to quit. So I'm priming up a few, and I have some ideas. So make sure you comment if you're watching and share the feed with your friends. I'm going to do a random giveaway and give away a few of these to a random viewer. You have to be here to win, and I'm probably going to do it sometime towards the end of the show, but not at the very end. And I'm going to keep you on your toes, and I'll do it at some random point. There is in the description, I posted my website and also the discount code for you to get a discount on anything that's in stock. I have blades on my website, but these are actually by Vertical. jigs and blades, or vertical jigs and lures. I'm just doing these in a collaboration with him. He sent me some for free to paint and some for us to try out. Something different to do on my show. So that would be where you would get these. But I have normal blades on my website. We use the same blade that he uses, but we just paint the normal blade heads, not the standing ones. So that is his design that he had made. So go to him for those. All right, so I'm just cleaning this out with some water. 32 in Iowa. It was about the same here, Mark. We had about 36, maybe it got up to. We got like a little bit of snow last night. It was really disappointing. The mountains got a lot. We got like less than an inch. My kids were bummed. I was really hoping for like at least 3 inches, which was like the max we were gonna get, but I knew that was probably not gonna happen. So this is violet, transparent violet calm art, and this is ready to spray. It's a transparent and it is very pretty, and it's really a rich purple color, so you don't need a lot and it just is pretty. So I recommend that purple. Bulldog, I think I bought that can from Amazon. It's kind of expensive. I want to say that can was like $40, but it lasts a really long time. You just had to put one coat on, and I mean, I've only bought one and I still have, it's almost full still, and I'll have it for a very long time. So I'm just going to do the head on this. So all I'm going to do is just cover it up. I'm just going to cover it up with a note card, the blade, so I don't paint the blade. So this is this side. This is this side. I'm just covering up the blade because I'm going to paint this head purple. I like that paint brand too. The Toxic Waste pattern. I don't think I'm going to wrap these with, I'm not going to wrap these, Anthony, with mesh. It's too hard because of the way they're shaped. Okay. So I'm just leaving this one. I didn't put any base coat or anything on this. I just put adhesion promoter. So this is a transparent purple. And I'm basically just painting the head of it, just a violet color. It's a transparent violet color. I didn't bother taping it because I don't really need to. I'm just going to put a card in front of it. Don't do more work than you have to. So again, just like when you're doing transparent paints, just light coats gradually until you get to the depth of color that you're looking for. So I want this to be somewhat dark, so I'll just keep going it over it very lightly until I get the colors I want. The deepness. I have no idea if that's a word. We're just going to say it anyway. And I'm just about the same on both sides, and then I will do some dots. All right, that's good, I think. So there's my purple. I'm going to make sure that it's, make sure that I get it nice and dry. Yeah, we wanted to go sledding, but we wouldn't have had time anyway because we had they had 2 basketball games today. They had one at 9 and one at 12, and then or we could have squeezed it in, but. All right, so now I'm just gonna freehand some purple dots, and I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3 down the blade. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of hold it like this, and I'm just gonna freehand this. Just a little bit at a time. You don't want to do too much because if you do too much, it'll start to spider. So be careful how much you do at once. Do a little bit like this, okay? So we're just doing like just a little bit at once. And I'll come back and I'll make it a little bigger, a little darker. Flip it over into the other side. Let that, make sure that that's dry. Thanks, Arthur, for the reminder and the shares. If you're just joining us, we're doing some vertical minnows. They are made by Vertical Jigs and Lures. And we're going to give a few of them away. So make sure that you comment on the feed so that you're entered in the drawing. And you do have to be here when I announce the winner to win. I'll give away a 3-pack of these custom painted. And then we're going to keep the rest of them so that we can fish them. I don't know how many he sent me, like a dozen or something. I'm greedy. So this is an example of too much paint. So can you see how that kind of spidered out a little bit in the middle there? That's what happens when you get too much paint at once. So I'll do the best I can to fix it, but it's better if you don't do that to begin with. So it is what it is. It's probably just going to stay that way. Unfortunately, when you're doing like a candy, it's kind of hard to fix that. I don't usually use water-based paints, so that makes it a little harder than it would otherwise be. All right. Water-based paints are the standard. Like if you're wondering, almost everybody uses water-based paints. And so you just have to be careful when you're spraying them, not to spray too much at once because they don't dry super fast. And you might have to do a little bit of use a little bit of hair dryer in between. So now I'm going to put some white dots on the purple dots. And we're going to do that not because we want them to be white, but because we want them to be chartreuse. So if that sounds a little funny to you, it'll all make sense in a minute. So this, I'm going to put a little extra reducer in here because I don't want this to splatter. And then I'm going to stir it up. I already had that white paint reduced. I pre-reduced white and black in a little bottle that I got from Hobby Lobby. So I don't have to constantly be doing it. I'll just fill that up whenever it gets empty. So always spray away from your bait before you spray to make sure your paint's coming out good. You know, nice and smooth. You don't have any clogs. Sometimes if you just washed your brush out and put paint in it, you might have a little water stuck in the chamber. I don't know. I'm not a professional airbrush artist, so I don't know what that's called. I guess sort of, but not really professional. I'm not painting murals, let's say that. And then we're going to put some white dots here. I'll do a random giveaway. I will just pick when you lower the air pressure, it's kind of a double-edged sword. When you lower the air pressure, the paint can start to, it atomizes differently. You get more of like a splatter spray. There's a fine line between getting the splatter spray and a smooth spray. I like a lot of air, and I don't usually turn it down. But I understand what you're saying. I can turn mine down on the fly, but I like painting with a lot of air and letting my paint kind of dry from the air. It's hard to explain. Everybody has their ways. But so all I'm doing now is just painting a white dot. And you have to keep wiping your needle because it's going to start to dry on your needle. And then you'll get these little white splatters everywhere. I'll show you what this looks like in a second once I get done. My arm just like went like this for no reason, like having spasms. So little by little, I'm building my paint up till I get like tiny little white dots. Okay. So the reason I'm doing white is because chartreuse It will not go over purple. It won't show up. You have to put white down first. And you want to try and get it pretty solid. Okay, so we're going to flip this over. We're going to do the other side now. All right. What kind of hook is used for the bait? Anthony, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. If you're here, Matt, and you want to comment about what kind of hooks you put on these. Actually, no, I do know. Never mind. I lie. It's a treble. I think it's a size 4 or 6 treble. He sent me the hooks actually with it, and I forgot. Which he didn't have to do because I have hooks, but I forgot. He did send me a bag of hooks with them. I think that they're mustad, but I'm not 100% sure. They look nice. Whatever he uses, they're good. I think they might be the same ones I use, which are I use mustad KVDs, so they're pretty strong. Stronger than the average blade hook. Like these are Demiki vaults, and so see that hook? It snapped right there. This is one that Chris had that he had for a while that he was using, and the hook snapped. But he never, when he uses the blades that I make, the hooks never break and they never bend. Here's one that's got, there's another one off of a Demiki vault that's broken and bent. And those are the ones that it comes with. So I have to rehook them now. So, I don't know why they put such garbage hooks on those. Or they put tiny, tiny ones on them and they're really like thin. I don't know why they do that with blades. I mean, I get it. Sometimes you have to put small ones on because they can't intersect, you know, when you have a small lure, but this is really not the problem. So I don't know why their hooks suck so bad. He bought a lot of those before we started pouring our own blades. He started really like enjoying fishing blades in the cold water, and that's when we started making our own. And I started painting them because they really catch a lot of fish. They do here anyway. And he loses a lot of them because they get hooked on the rocks. Bottom a lot here. We have a lot of rocks, and rocks are blade stealers. Like it's like a million logs on the bottom. As I spilled, maybe I didn't. So these are Vertical Minnows by Vertical Jigs and Lures. So he has a custom mold for these and asked me to paint some on my show. So I said, sure, something different. So check his site out if you are wanting to purchase some. And then I'm just going to give 3 of these away to a random viewer tonight. I will pick somebody randomly. So stick around if you can. Do I ever just leave the white dots? Yeah, I do. This was just a, in fact, I'm going to do it on another design if I get to it. I don't do a ton of walleye stuff. I mean, you could use these for bass or walleye, but like I haven't done a million and one patterns like this. I just started doing blades. Like we just started pouring blades last year. And I do some walleye stuff like for my website and then for locally because we have a lot of walleye in our lake. But I don't have as much experience doing like walleye patterns as say like Matt does because he does just walleye stuff. I got a little spidering going on there. I gotta slow down a little bit with this. So I'm just filling in, basically just filling in the white with some chartreuse. Or well, this is just yellow, but Thanks, guys. A straight hook for the vertical up and down. No, it's not actually. You might be able to ask him why he chose a treble versus a single, but I don't know. I think most blades have trebles, so that might be why, but I don't know if there's some other reason. Okay, so that's a pretty keep it simple pattern. So that'll definitely catch them. And then I'll put, if I can fit a chartreuse eye in there, I'll put a chartreuse eye in there. I have to plug this in. Hang on a second. I'm gonna unplug this laptop does not hold charge very well. So I only have 4 plugins. Wipers, yep, we have wipers here too. All right, so let me hang this one up and we'll do another color. Let's do a perch. How about a perch? So do a yellow on this white here first. And then we'll do the blade in a transparent color. Okay. So just a simple perch pattern. This would be a good one for just about any species. So this is just some Wicked Detail Yellow. Just a little bit'll do. All right. Don't scroll down. All right, so I'm just gonna paint the head of this yellow. This hose is leaking, I found. Maybe it's not. That's really weird. So I hooked up this, I got a spray gun for clear coating, and when it was on there, my hose was leaking. It was weird. And it wasn't at it wasn't the threads because I put Teflon tape on the threads. It was like when I was bending the hose right here, it was like leaking out of here. Like, I don't know, it's really weird. But now it's not. I don't know why. Not very good at that stuff. I'll probably just let it leak because it only takes I got this spray gun for clear coating and it holds I don't know, a lot. So it doesn't take me 500 years to clear coat because I have to mix up, it's a two part, you have to mix it up 2 ounces at a time or whatever it is. Pain in the rear end is what it is. I ran out of paint and I didn't notice it. Okay. I might not need to thin this. Let me try it without thinning. Detail ones are especially good. And I think they're a little brighter and they spray a little nicer. I think it's worth the extra money. I mean, Createx paints are okay also, but I prefer Wicked paints and they last, one bottle lasts a really long time. So you might as well just pay the extra, $1 or $2 or whatever and get the good stuff, right? Actually, I don't need to spray that out, so I don't really know why I'm doing that. I'm going to thin it, though. I'm going to put a little more in here. I'm going to dry that, and then I'm going to take that tape off, and we're just going to do a little transparent yellow on the blade, and then I'm going to do a perch pattern. I'm going to put a little bit of black on, see, it's leaking. It's leaking somewhere. think my hose might need to be replaced. I already have Teflon tape. Well, not that, but the spray gun, I put Teflon tape on all the threads. It's still leaking. It's something else. It's the hose. There's like something inside the screw mechanism on the end of the hose that's leaking. I thought, well, I did the Teflon tape because I think that the threads were leaking too, but it's leaking in another place too. So unfortunately, that didn't solve all my problems. Okay, so I'm just taking the tape off now. I didn't want to, when I did the primer on the base of this, I didn't want to get any white paint on the, this is hard with gloves on. I didn't want to get any white paint on the blade, so I taped it off. You can always use, like a card and just cover it up too while you're painting if you want to. Either way is fine. This is dry, so I only use frog tape. I don't like any other kind of tape besides frog tape. It's really expensive. It keeps getting, everything's getting more expensive now. Okay, so I'm going to do a little black along the spine, and we're going to put a little bit of a scale on here. So this is just thinned out black. It's Wicked Detail Black. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Christian. Like there's something inside this little connector here on the end of the hose that's not sealing right in there. So I might just need to, I don't know, mess with it a little bit and it'll probably be fine. I don't know what it is. Okay, so I have a mesh right here I'm going to use. This is just a shower loofah material that I have suspended in a cross stitch, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just going to hold this at the bottom because I don't really think there's any other way. And I'm going to spray upward a little bit. You know, this yellow is not going to go over this black. Let me think about what I'm doing here for a second. This is not a good idea. Now that I'm thinking about it. Bad idea. All right, I'm going to skip this part, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think it's going to work. I'd have to go over it with white, and I'm not prepared for all that. So I'm just going to do a transparent yellow. Trying to remember how I did those other ones. I did a perch blade like this one time. I guess I'm trying to remember how I did that. Okay, so that'll be like a chrome yellow. When it's clear coated, it'll really start to shine. It dulls down a little bit when you spray the color on it, but it'll pop back to shiny chrome when you put the clear coat on it. The Wicked Detail yellow is a transparent yellow, so it'll be really shiny once it's done. So I'm just drying this off. Okay, so we have a nice shiny yellow, and then I'm going to put some. I'm thinking about how I'm going to do this. I didn't have a solid plan for this one before I started. So I'm thinking about what I'm going to do here. Okay, let's put some white detail around the face, and then I will do the stripes after that. This is how I do my normal perch. I usually have more detail than this, but it's a little harder on this blade. I'm going to grab a pearl here real quick. So this is Tester's Aztec White Pearl. I heard a rumor that they don't make this anymore, but I don't know if it's true. I never did look it up after the last show I did. So maybe somebody else here can tell me. Yeah, there's some kind of a seal in there that's leaking, and I don't know why. So I'll have to jack with it and figure it out. All right, so I have some texture stencils that I use usually around the face. And it's just a stencil that's made by Anarchy Models called Mottled, M-O-T-T-L-E-D. So I'm going to put this like around the face area, just a little bit of white texture. This is kind of hard because I don't know how it's going to turn out because this is not flat or even close to flat, but I'm going to do the best I can to put a little bit of texture around the face. I just sprayed water. See me? I just broke my own rule, which was don't spray your bait without spraying something else first. I'm just going basically around the eye with this. So it'll create kind of like that little white dotted texture around the eye. I don't know if you can even see it on YouTube. It's so, my YouTube on my laptop is so like bright that I can't see any of those small details. But I don't know what it looks like for you guys. On your end, it might be different. So again, just around the eye socket area, the little white detail. All right, so there it is again on that side. And then I'll just get rid of that white. I might put a little bit on the chin of it. So when I put the orange down, it looks more orange. I don't know if it'll make really any difference, but it's not going to hurt. So these are interesting to paint. It's a totally different shape. So it makes it a little harder. I'm not going to lie. So my black, I'm going to put my stripes on now. That should be dry. So I grab one of my Perch Stencils. I have like a bazillion of one of these that I cut out of my, for my Silhouette Cameo. Draw these myself and then cut them myself. Chicken soup was holding you away, like the food, or am I missing a reference somewhere? I haven't done a giveaway yet. I said I was going to do it at some point. I didn't say when. So you have not missed anything yet. All right. So I'm just going to line my stripes up on my blade like so. Just like that. So they're just poking through, and then I'll just do a little, I'm going to kind of like outline around the outside edges of it. You got the COVID, Ryan? I know so many people that have COVID right now. I've managed, whoops, wrong brush. I've managed to not get it yet. I got all my shots, but it doesn't seem like that matters right now. I've known a lot of people that have still gotten COVID, even with their shots. Not as bad as they would have, but still sucks. Watch, I'll have COVID tomorrow. Just because I said that. Okay, so that kind of, it's okay. All right. So I have a little bit of an outline. It's like a shadow. It's like a shadow stripe where it's kind of like transparent on in the middle, and then on the outside it's a solid line. And then I'll do the other side real quick, and then I'll do some more detail and some orange, and then move on to something else. Fat kid with soup. I don't even want to say what I just did again. I'm like, why is the paint not coming out? Maybe because you grabbed the empty brush. So like I'm doing this detail. This is a 0.5. It's a 0.5 needle nozzle combo. And we're just tracing away. It's more about how steady you can keep your hand. believe it or not, like coordinating your breathing with your spray is kind of important when you're doing detail work. Try not to breathe while you're doing small lines, like you hold your breath a little bit. It's actually a technique that they teach in airbrush schools. Okay, so there you have your, now I've got to go along the top here with a little bit of black shading, and then I'll do like some black, a little bit of black dots in between because the regular perch has a little bit of. I did it again. I need to switch these. Okay, problem solved. Now I won't grab the wrong one like a dummy. Okay. So just those little dots in between the stripes freehand. They don't have to be perfect. It's just that natural kind of shading that you see with the perch where they have like a little bit of black in between their stripes. So then, sorry, I'm going to do a little shading along the top edge here. I don't like touching my bait while I'm painting it. I'm afraid I'm going to get a thumbprint on here, but I don't really know any other way to do this. So I'm just going to pray for the best. It's a little tough because these don't have they don't have anything to hold on to. I don't even have an eyelet to clip onto. So they're a little bit tough to paint, but it's okay. I mean, we're doing okay. It's turning out all right. So I'm thinking with the orange, the way to go might be to just like kind of do it on the bottom and then a little bit back here on this back side. So I've got some, I'm just going to do some fluorescent orange. I could do regular orange, but I'm not gonna because I have fluorescent orange out here. So we're gonna do fluorescent orange. It's really hard to get every speck of black out of your airbrush. So I think I'm gonna actually switch brushes so I don't have to deal with that. Because once you get a little bit of black in your orange, it's gonna look bad, especially if you're not using much. This is, I think this is either regular Createx fluorescent orange or auto air. I don't know because the label's gone. So it's one of those things. Where's my reducer? I lost it. It's in front of my face. Okay. I always use a little reducer no matter what because I think it sprays better with reducer. So clothespin on head. But I have to paint the head. So how's that going to work? I don't get it. So orange is one of those colors that doesn't show up very well. So you have to be careful how much you put down at once. You just have to do a little bit and then dry. Oh, well, yeah, I can just hold it with my hands. I mean, holding it with my hands, you still got something in the way, right? The whole point is not wanting to touch the part of the bait that you're painting while you're painting it, right? So you're either going to have to hold it with your hands or something else. There's like no way to, I don't know how else to say it. I don't think there's any other better way, honestly. I got a little overspray there that I don't love. Okay, so there's your orange on the perch, and I got a little on the face, which is not what I meant to do, but It's all good. Now I learned my lesson on that one. So there's the perch. And I'll put an eyeball on there too. All right, so that's number 2. Let's do a nice bright neon one next, okay? I need a hook. I need a hook. Help, 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 help. I've got a mess on my desk. Yes, sir. All right, so I've got one all ready to go here. So let's do a bunch of neons. Orange was not one of the ones that I was going to do, so let me clean that out. That is a weird orange. I have all these colors. I don't even know what they are. I have a lot of pink. Okay. We're going to do yellow, pink, yellow, purple. All right. So I'm going to do pink head, yellow in the middle, purple on the tail. And then we'll do some white dots with black in the middle. That's a bubble. I have a bubble. All right. Pink. This is just Fluorescent Createx Fluorescent Pink. All right. Yeah, I'm just going to do, I don't know. I probably won't do a ton of these, honestly, anyways, so. I'm not going to, these aren't going to be something that I sell, so. It's all good. Hi, Brad. Okay, we're going to do, I'm not going to actually try and do straight lines. I'm just going to blend these a little bit. So we'll start with the pink. So I'm just going to kind of go straight across. So when it's standing up, it looks like it's straight across. Does that make sense? With neons, you have to do a lot of coats. So you'll have to do a light coat, let it dry, another coat, another coat, another coat, another coat. And people will complain, they'll be like, why is it taking so long to, I gotta do like 12 coats of neon to get it to cover. Yep, you do. Sorry, there is no faster way. You just gotta do it. Unless you want to do like my kids and use a paintbrush, you're stuck with lots of coats. Sorry. That's a bad news. Shane over on YouTube. It is hard at first, but it gets easier. Just like anything, the longer you do it, the easier it gets. It depends how much time you're willing to spend on it. I spend a lot of time on it, so to me, it's not that difficult. Some of the advanced techniques are a little harder to figure out, but yeah, just have fun with it and don't. The paint can always be wiped off. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. I remember when I used to think it was such a big deal to have to start over. And now I'm like, whatever. I don't even care. I'm like, I'm just going to start over. And it doesn't bother me. Gotta make mistakes to learn. I need more paint. 64. 64 lures. Share the feed if you can, guys. I'm going to be doing a giveaway soon. So make sure you share the feeds. I'm going to give away a 3-pack of these vertical minnows. in about 10 minutes. So now's the time to be paying attention. Share with your friends and your groups. Make sure you comment on the feed or you will not be entered in the giveaway. You have to do it on Facebook. All the comments on Facebook, that's where I'll be drawing from. Okay, so this is almost pink enough. Okay, so we've got a nice solid pink now. So I'm going to dry that before I set it down. All right, now I'm going to switch to yellow and then purple, and then I'm going to put some white and black dots on these. What else did I get out? I'm trying to remember what else I got out. I think I just got some random stuff out. Okay, yellow next. So that I'm just stirring around with a paintbrush because there's some paint stuck in there, and so I'm just trying to get it out. So yellow next, and then I'll do purple in the end. Yeah, blade baits are becoming more popular, and they really do work. So if you haven't tried them, I have some really nice ones in my store that I painted. They look great if you want to try mine out. These are from Vertical Jigs and Lures, and these are his own design that he sells on his website. So if you want to try these out, you can find them there. I'm just painting them for something fun on my site, or I mean on my show. He sent me some to paint on the show. This paint is really, I don't know, something. It's really, I don't know. It doesn't look right. Maybe I'm just impatient, like I told you not to be. So just doing lots of light coats of yellow. And I appreciate all you guys' orders. Thanks so much. All right. So again, it's kind of a pain in the butt process to get these coated, but you have to do a lot of coats to get it right. The weight, I don't know. Let me check. Kevin, in your area, the lures that I sell are mostly sold out on my shop site. I'm not sure I understand what you're saying there. Are you saying the lures that you wanted to buy on my website are sold out? If you guys ever want something on my website that's sold out, or if you go to my gallery, I posted a gallery on my website. If you go to the custom lures section and you click on the gallery, you'll see a bunch of photos of my old designs so that you can go back, look at whatever it was that you wanted, and send me like a screenshot of it or whatever. And I can paint anything you want on any lure you want for the price that it's, you know, was originally listed for. You just need to let me know. I don't typically restock things. Once I do a run on a color, the only time I ever really restock is if it's something that's sold out really fast. If they just sit in my store and then I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna do a whole nother something that's sat in my store for, like months before it sold out. So I'll remake things that sell fast, like super fast. Otherwise, I don't typically restock. I just do something new. So if you want me to paint you something, just shoot me a message and I'll paint it for you. All right. $3,000 order. I don't think I've ever had a $3,000 order. This is fluorescent violet, I think. Hot purple. I'm sorry, fluorescent hot purple. You can use regular purple too if you want to. I have that as well sitting up here, but I decided to try the hot purple instead. I'm just going along the bottom here. It's like a tiny area of the blade. I can't just leave it white because I'm too OCD about detail. All right, so yeah, pink, purple, yellow. Let's put some dots on it. I like to use a spray bottle to get the paint out. It's a little faster than trying to just flush and wipe everything. And then this is white. It's already reduced, but I want it to be nice and thin so it doesn't splatter on me. And I'm making sure this brush is clean so I don't stir some purple into my white. So I just rinsed it with, I just have a water cup over here. Just a water cup. So sometimes I'll just rinse it real quick and wipe it off. All right, so let's do some white dots up the side here. Do a little 4-pack of white dots onto the other side. So do I use the mesh in the hoop on the perch? I did not because I was doing a transparent. If I was doing a solid perch, I would have used the mesh, but I changed my mind because the way I was layering the colors, it wasn't going to work. It's kind of hard to explain. So I would have had to do a pearl. Usually when I'm doing my perch, I'll mix like a gold pearl with a yellow because you need that pearl to go over the black. Otherwise, the yellow won't show up on top of the black, and that's just not the way I was going to do it. So I scratched that idea. Like orange and yellow won't show up on dark colors, so I just decided to scrap that idea and not do the mesh. But yeah, when I do my normal perch pattern, I do put a mesh pattern, like a scale pattern on it. The baits from last week's show, they are waiting to be clear coated. Here is Here's one of them up here. This is this is one of the colors that I'm going to be posting in like tomorrow or the next day. That's Hot Tamale Cra, and then this is I don't know what the heck I call this yet. I don't have a name. If you want to name it, you can name it. But these are going up too. And they look really nice too. They're all like, they're both really good colors. So I only did them in Rock Crawler, 1.5 square bill, 2.5 square bill, and some Little Johns. That's all. Oh, a few S cranks too. And then I know you wanted a lip lift too, Anthony. I'm going to do that for you. I'll do a few lip lifts as well in the red orange one. Okay, so I'm going to put some black dots inside the white dots. And then we'll do our giveaway. I might have taken longer than I thought because I never know how long it's going to take me to paint these damn things. So I'm sorry if I took longer than I said. Radishes and apple cider vinegar with fresh ground pepper and salt. That is an interesting. I would never have made that combination in my brain. I had radishes from my garden, so I do a big garden in the summer. It's way too big. It's way bigger than I should do because like we can't even use all the stuff. I end up giving away a lot. And I did radishes, and nobody would eat them except for me. That's the problem. Is like nobody in my damn family wants to eat anything except for me. We do a lot of peppers. Peppers grow really well where we live. We're in like a sub-desert climate. And so we grow a lot of hot peppers and bell peppers, and they grow really well, which I had a hard time with peppers when I was in Iowa even. I didn't get that many, but they just love the weather here, the hot, dry weather. Tomatoes are kind of hard to grow here. I don't know why. But anyway, I got off on a tangent there. Radishes. Nobody likes them except for me. They're really easy to grow. If the bugs don't get the lead. All right. I like it this way. So there we have whatever I decided to call that one. I like it. It's cool. All right, let's do this giveaway. So you will win those 3 if you win the giveaway. So let's do this. Okay. Your jalapenos did crazy? Yeah, we got a ton. I do make my own salsa. All right. Radishes growing in your classroom. Do you really? Sweet. All right, let's do a giveaway. Let me pop on over here. I've got to do a little cut and paste, and then we'll run. I'll let you guys see who the winner is. Oh, come on. Hang on a second. It wants me to use the group comment picker, even though this is not a group. Let me see. Get comments. It's not working. Okay, one more time. This should work. Sorry about that, guys. They have all these versions now. It used to be so easy, and now they want to make it like impossible for me. All right, get comments. Here we go. Ready? All right. I think you guys, it'll be harder to see this on YouTube. You have to be on Facebook anyway to win, or at least you have to be able to comment on Facebook. Joe Wilson, are you here? I will give you 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I'm going to put a timer on my watch so I don't forget. 3 minutes. You get 3 minutes because I don't have a 2 minute I don't have a preset 2-minute timer. 2 minutes to comment. Todd, I don't have enough inventory to do a live sale. I have like hardly anything right now. So I have to paint a lot more before I can do a live sale. A lot more. All right, Joe Wilson, if you're here, he is here. Oh yeah, well he has to comment. Otherwise he doesn't win. Oh, there you are, Joe. You did comment. All right, Joe, PM me your address so I can send you a giveaway. Congratulations, Joe. All right, let's do one more color and we'll call it a day. All right, so this is hot red. Hot red. Yes, fluorescent hot red. So we're going to do fluorescent hot red and some orange. It's purple. How about that? All right, where did I put that? Right here? All right. So let's do, I'm going to go along the bottom here with the hot red. Also, guys, if you haven't checked out what's in stock, you do get 15% off through tomorrow night. Just use the code LIVE15, LIVE 15, all one word in caps, and you'll get 15% off whatever I have in stock right now. Also, check out the gallery. You can order any of the designs that I have posted there. Just send me a picture of what you want. Explain to me what you want it painted on, and I will paint it for you. As far as how long it'll take me to paint it, just ask me before you order. That's black. Whoops. That's not going to work. I'm not really very far behind right now. I'm just trying to build stock. I'm trying to build stock up on my website so that I have more than like 4 different things on my website. I sold out of everything at Christmas time pretty much except for a few things. So I'm really trying to get more variety on my website, but I'm only one person and I got 2 kids. So I do as much as I can, and I wish I could do more, but unfortunately, there's only so many hours in the day. So, all right, never mind. I don't need that timer. Okay. I don't have a free shipping promo right now. It's only $5 though. I only charge $5 for shipping. I run a free shipping over 50 promo a lot, but I don't have it going right now. There's a clearance. The clearance items are 40% off right now. So whatever's still available in clearance is 40% off, and then you get 15% off everything else. And that's just through Sunday night. So I only do that on the weekends when I have my live show. Shipping has gotten more expensive too. It went up this year by, I don't know. It depends where you live. Like, it's more expensive for me to ship to like the Northeast or Florida than it is for me to ship to like Texas or California because of where I am. So on the bright side, this year USPS was not too bad at Christmas. I have to say, I was pretty impressed. They got their stuff together after last year's mess, and most of my stuff seemed to go out pretty go out pretty okay, and everybody's stuff showed up in a reasonable amount of time anyway. I mean, it's not super fast, but I feel like nothing was lost or super late. All right. Hello. It did get slower a little bit. I'm not going to deny that, but at least it's not, at least it wasn't as bad as last Christmas. Do I like Olive Garden? I do. We were just talking about Olive Garden the other day because it's a long story. One gator, yeah. You told me the gator story. So I was in Florida. My parents live. Oh yeah. Well, shipping rods is a nightmare anyway. Chris ordered a bunch of rods last year because they discontinued the ones he uses, and like so many, like a bunch of them came broken. And I don't even think it was USPS. Oh, so we were in Florida at my parents' place. They stay in Florida in the winter time, and we drove right past a gator. It was like right on the there's a little park in their neighborhood where there's a pond that you can go up to, and they have gators. And we drove right past this, like, I don't know how long it was, like 7-foot long gator, 8-foot long gator, like right next to the golf cart. It was pretty crazy. But like it was at our backup, and I was like, we're just going. It was just me and the kids because my mom and dad they had an appointment or something to go to. So the kids thought that was pretty wild. But Brad he's got the gators chasing my lures in Florida in the wintertime. So I'm just kind of blending the hot orange into the hot red. I'm doing this. Normally I go orange red, but I'm doing it in kind of backwards order tonight just for fun. I've had alligator before too. Martha Stewart. Hi, Stan. What time is it in Australia? Is it like early in the morning there? Pythons? Are there wild pythons in Florida? I don't think I knew that. I don't know too much about Florida wildlife. I haven't spent that much time there. My parents have only had a place there for like 3 years now or something, and that was the first time we got to visit because my kids were just really little when they first moved in, and then COVID happened, so we were gonna go last year and we couldn't because of COVID. So we finally got to go this year. It's so nice. They live just south of Tampa, and it's so nice there. Just the town is nice, and the weather was really nice, and everything's just pretty there. I guess it's just different than here because we're in like a sub-desert climate, like a mountain desert climate, and it's really everything's brown here right now. So it's kind of nice to go someplace where everything's super green, and it was good. The beach is really pretty there too, and I can imagine the fishing is great. We didn't really have time, or Chris didn't go with us. He had to work. He didn't go this time, so we didn't really fish, but we were gonna. But there's so much other stuff the kids wanted to do, and they hadn't been to Florida before. So next time, hopefully, we'll have time to go fishing, and we'll get a little some equipment once we get there because we can't drive. It's too far to drive, so we'd have to borrow or something. We could probably just buy some cheap poles and just, I don't. My parents will get sick of me storing things in their shed. They'll be like, thanks, but no thanks. They already have our like sand buckets and whatnot because I was thinking to take them back on the bus with me, or the plane, you know what I mean. So this is the violet again. Yeah, it's a huge bass. Hood rats, pretty safe where my parents are. 1:25 p.m. All right. He's not lying. So Brad's retired. He fishes all the time, and he lives in Florida in the winter with your sister, right? At your sister's. He sends me pictures all the time of fish he catches on my bait, but he won't show them with the bait in the fish's mouth because he doesn't want everybody to know what he's using. He's one of those. Chris can be like that sometimes too because he fishes tournaments. I can't tell. I can't say too much about what he uses. Not like he doesn't win every time or anything, but when I fish, I don't really do tournaments. I just fish with the kids, and once in a while we get to go by ourselves. But I'm also fair weather. Like I don't like going out when it's super cold out. I have, but I don't like it. Okay, so this is just some purple, and then I'm going to do a little bit of, I'll show you what this is looking like. So this is just it's like hot red, fluorescent orange, and then violet, and then I'm going to put a little bit of a pearl on top. So you're just going to have to hang tight while I grab this pearl real quick out of my box here. So this is just a pearl pigment. I like this color a lot. I got on AliExpress, and it's like an Aurora purple pearl. So I'm just going to put some with a clear paint in here, and then I'll just put that over top of the other purple. This is kind of like that hot tamale color I did. A little different, but I just kind of did it in a different order. So balancing clear is good. I haven't done any mice in a while. There's not enough time in the day. I'm telling you guys, I just don't have, there's so many things I want to do, but it takes a long time to paint that stuff. And unfortunately, like I only have so much time in the day. Mice take a long time to paint. It's a lot of steps. Okay. So this pigment, then I'll just go over top of the other purple with this purple. And it'll give it kind of a shimmer. And it brightens it up. And you can even kind of let it blend into the orange a little bit. All right. So there you have that color. Should we do, should we just leave it, or should we do some stripes or something on it? Or a dot, a black dot, or stripes, or leave it. And I didn't put eyeballs on any of these. I'll probably put some crazy eyes on them. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, you guys are funny. All right. Well, I don't know. I'll play with this. I may end up putting some other details. It's been long enough, so I think I'm going to call it a night. You guys, thanks for watching. Thanks to Matt at Vertical Jigs and Lures for sending me some of his vertical minnows. You can find those over on his website, Vertical Jigs and Lures. I don't know if it's verticaljigsandlures.com, but he does. He is on Instagram, Vertical Jigs and Lures. And so you guys have a wonderful evening, and I will see you all next week. So thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.